Hello everybody and welcome to yet another Battle of the Week. This week we're gonna take a look at the role of the light artillery. No, this is not a School of War episode, but it's gonna be a little prelude to the next week's episode where we're gonna cover light artillery. So, why light artillery? Well, because it's not as cancerous as heavy, and it actually has a very unique role on the battlefield that can be most easily demonstrated on Teuteburg forest, where this height advantage over here just gives you tremendous range and the ability to control the battlefield, a huge chunk of the battlefield from a single hill. So let's take a look. On our side, we have got a typical setup. This is just a random battle. The goal here is to show you what the light artillery can do in this case. So in the setup phase, we're just setting up and trying to control the strategic points. So now that I'm set up over here, I have complete control over the metal area and I'm under no risk because, well, the enemy just cannot see it without climbing on top of the hill. So let's see what it does. Boom. Pretty decent damage if you ask me. We've got the other side now. I'd like you to pay attention to this area where the enemy is forced to retreat because now they're under constant enemy fire. So the fact that you are under fire does create pressure upon the enemy, forcing them from an advantageous location and actually serving as an anti-camp unit. Like when it comes to anti-camp unit as an artillery, light artillery is what they were talking about. See, I pick on CA for saying that, oh, heavy artillery is supposed to be the anti-camping unit, while it is the camping unit, but light artillery, with its limited range, with its limited range, does force you into disadvantageous positions. As such, it also has a risk. Well, with heavy artillery, there is no risk. I mean, no credible risk. Yeah, cavalry can come in and hit you from the back, but if you've got heavy artillery, then you're probably gonna be camping to begin with, so there's no such risk. Here, you can be hit by archers, your artillery piece is not protecting you. You can be hit by archers, slingers, or you name it. So you can only use this when the enemy is camping as a result. Now, can you use this to camp? I don't think so, because a YOLO charge onto light artillery, well, with a few volleys, you have lost an entire unit. So it's just not very good for that. For a competitive, I would say, I'm not sure, I would say bring like one, but we're gonna cover those in the next week's episode. Let's just enjoy the battle. We have got in the south a pretty good engagement, and the middle is completely clear of all hostiles. Even though right now we're actually losing. Boom, armored legionaries get hit in the back by these Gungnir chargers. Keep on pushing. See, the one thing that could have been done over here, one very good play for infantry, what could have happened is, you see this unit? Had it attacked this unit as well, the low morale unit would have gotten a flanking morale penalty. But now the cavalry is doing that job exactly, but not good enough. Almost routed. Oh, the other cav comes in, and we see a great example of flanking teamwork. Now, here we see the bad sides of the formed combat. So, yeah, if you're out of formation, formed combat can actually have you be weaker. That was a big problem in Rome too back in the day. So now the cavalry has done its work and they're retreating. The red team is holding this artillery hill very strongly. Now I do suggest that you activate auto fire, otherwise these things happen. So now that we have gained vision over here, I am starting to shoot with my light artillery onto this archer position. Boom. Uh-oh, the enemy cavalry comes in and I find out why you should not be playing 3 skirmishers in a random battle. That is why. So I have to move out of here. So this is exactly what can happen. However, at this point, I already scored 3.3k points. I am kinda happy. It's pretty good for light arty. So here we have the Leonidas rushing into the enemy artillery hill and completely dispersing it, scoring a ton of points at the same time. So the hostile light artillery has retreated back to their base and is holding their own base. This elephant is, well, it was kind of dead anyway, so might as well. So we're pushing from the south, and this is how you do teamwork. You run to your own team. Boom. Pikemen charged from the back. So now, the one great advantage of light artillery is that you can still kill the units that have their shields raised. Even with 100 missile block, you cannot block artillery fire. Let's see, on the northern flank we've got cavalry fighting against this archers that were running away. Very nice, very nice. Just spread those units, hit them back and forth. By the time they stand up, they'll be caught and routed. The battle is slightly not in our favor, but we do have decap units coming to help us with this thing. And so here you see us pushing from all the flanks. See, in a random battle, all you can do is just stay close. That's an important part of teamwork. That way you will be able to assist one another. And here you see why you should not overextend with light artillery. It's very easy to lose all your units there. So he's holding the line once again. But that's Milty-80s. So the southern flank, we have one. Middle flank, everybody retreated. There are pikemen over there. And the northern flank, we're pushing. So the red team has been forced to retreat to their base. See our units, I just got charged in the side. So we're just have divided these units and now taking care of them. It's a little bit of fire. Now the red team is trying to take advantage of our situation, of our lack of infantry in this area by sending in their pikemen and spearmen to attack, but they forget that we still have the ranged advantage. And so our own spears fight very nicely and do a lot of damage to these guys. They're all almost gone. So now the red team's remaining forces are pushing us back. Our northern flank is not doing very well, but numbers wise we're almost 2-1. Oh, our cavalry comes in and boom! They did not charge because they were afraid of these stakes for a good reason. That was a pretty good bait with those light artillery. I'm not a big fan of stakes because, well, they can be countered by just, you know, enemies that are aware of the stakes. Now I'm trying a close range. And it works quite well. Now the enemy light artillery is onto me. The enemy is still holding very nicely in their base. But our cav also came in, took out some stakes. Now everybody is asking, how many stakes do they have? Now, one other thing you need to take care of is that your firing line is clear, because you will still be able to shoot as long as you have vision, but that does not guarantee that your arrows will hit. This is a little bit of a boring battle, but the goal here was to show you how much control that light arty can exert and how it can change the battlefield. That forces the enemy to come in from a specific area and gives us the attacking advantage. And so we win through the numbers. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.